everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be on SEAORAMA. Now we've played this one before, but it has been a while and I couldn't wait to get back to it. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Alright guys, and we're back. So, where do we want to sail from? Alright, let's, I don't know, let's start here in Australia. Hopefully it'll take us all around the world. So, we're going to take out our bulk carrier. Do we want to dress it up? Why not? Bottom hull, we're going to keep it that. The deck, we're going to keep it light. Get some reflection, we don't want it dark. Details, okay, let's go with that. Let's make those blue. Details 3. Let's make those black. In the upper hole, I don't know, there's a pink lever out there somewhere. Alright, let's buy this one. What are we going to name it? What are we going to name our vessel? Put some names down below, why don't you? Alright, here we go. Alright, now, hopefully you remember the mechanics of the game from last time. If not, I'll go slow. So on the bottom here, we're going to pick our contract. Then we're going to pick from our list. So we can go to the UAE. I think we know someone there. I think RMTV21 is in Dubai. Oh no, wait a minute. I think he's in the UAE. United Kingdom. Who do we know in the UK? We know Brooker, we know Mike, we know Arc Ace, we have the US, Boss Lady, Cooking with Nat. I don't think I know anyone in Georgia and Senegal. What's the okay. The highest paying job is the US, Seattle. With 1.4. No, Dakar is 1.8. And we have 44 days to do it in. We're going to go with Dakar. Let's go. Alright, we're going to start from the port of Darwin to the port of Dakar. We're going to be carrying gypsum. And like I said, this trip should pay us $1.8 million minus expenses. So, and that's crew costs, fuel, boat upkeep, things like that. And it's gonna take us 10,000 nautical miles. So let's go. All right, after we have that done, remember we come down to start the contract. So again, we're taking out our Supermax bulk carrier. It's a fresh 2 months old. And wow, our daily cost is going to be $697. That can't be right. That can't be right. $697,000. Wow. Because it's a long trip. By the time you do the fuel times the crew pay, their expenses, and their quality of living, that sounds about right. So let's start the contract. And speaking of the crew, let's pick our crew. Now, Okay, so the rationale behind this, remember from last time, I usually try to pick the members with the 2 stars because they can be upgraded as opposed to the ones with the 1 star. So there are 2 guys here. This one has 5 years of experience and this one has 1 year of experience. About the same age, 2-year age difference. Now this guy is from Australia. I think that's where we're starting from, right? And we're gonna go with him. Now he's $8,900, he's $9,000 a month, but remember we're gonna get a discount if we keep him for a year. So he's $9,000 basically. If we keep him for 12 months, he's just $8,000. Now we're gonna choose our chief mate. Again, let's look at the 2-star. This one is 4 years, this one is 1 year. There's a 5-year age difference. One is $7,200, one is $6,900. Again, we're gonna go with experience. We're gonna get our discount. She's $7,200. We can make her $6,400 a month if we keep her longer. And remember, it's not always a good thing to keep someone for 12 months because remember we had a chief stew who were lousy at their job, and I think we got like 3 warnings from the crew that they were keeping the ship a mess. So now let's pick our chief engineer. There's 3 people with 2 stars that are expandable, all roughly the same experience, 1 year. No, this guy has 4 years, and all roughly $9,000 to $9,300 a month. Now we're gonna go with experience here. We're gonna hire this guy. We're gonna keep him for a year, get our discount. Now we need our technical officer. There's 4 people here that are expandable. 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, and they all want the same amount of monthly salary. So let's look at their ages. 26, 29, and 25. Who do we go with? Alright, we're only looking at stats here. He seems to be, even though age doesn't say maturity, but hopefully the fact that he's been around longer, he has his stuff together, he's more serious about his career, and he doesn't want to worry about starting over. This is my rationale for picking the people that I'm picking. Let's go with him. We're going to keep him for 12 months. For 6 months, he's $3,200. For 12 months, he's $2,800. And our chief steward. Now, the chief steward, I'm noticing in these missions, they're usually the ones who are first to, I don't know if act up is the word, but get bad reports. And it may be because they're usually so young and inexperienced. But usually when we take a charter, we get a warning that the chief stew is not doing their job. So I want to pick someone older. They all have 1 year worth of experience. These 2 guys are older. Let's pick this guy. Get our discount, $200 off, and let's start this mission. So we have our crew, and let's start the contract. So we're going to be sailing from Australia to Dakar, and this is how we choose our boat speed. We're going to call these knots, okay? We're going to call these knots 1 knot, 2 knot, 3 knot, 4 knots. And the higher the knot, the faster the ship. We're going to start out on 2. We should see the ship start to turn around and take off once it gets to the signal. Trust me, it's going to move. There it is. Supermax is left the port. So we have weather showing, world event showing. This just tells us where our fuel is, where we can start for fuel, and what it costs. And we have our world map. Now this one is clear, but I think this is the cooler one because it's more realistic. This one here. So let's check our ship's vitals. Alright, we started with 100% worth of fuel. We're burning now. We're down to 98%. Engines all intact. The hull is intact, no damage. Now, this will expire at 58 days, and we have 42 days now to deliver. Remember, we're carrying gypsum, and this trip is going to pay us $1.8 million. Another thing I want to do here, I usually max out our cleaning, our food. We don't want anyone going hungry. Our entertainment from 500 to 1500, and our infirmary, especially the infirmary, because we don't want anyone getting sick. Okay. Now that everything looks good here on this panel. You see how the weather has changed. There's 2 thunderstorms here waiting for us. Let's zoom in here. Now here we are here. Say we're going 2 knots. We can easily crank that up to press into 3 on the keyboard. As you can see, the ship is moving faster. But keep in mind, as it moves faster, we're burning more fuel. You can see here in the operations panel. Now we're down at 93%. 38 days still left to deliver. Our crew is happy. Remember, morale plays a part. Alright, we're still moving. Remember, we want to get from here to here. Take a look, see what's going on. We're down to 87% worth of fuel, and that's only because we're going really fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to this screen here, and I'm going to slow the ship down with the press of a button, and voila, you see it slowed down. It almost looks like it's stopped in the water, but it isn't. We're still keeping our A rating as far as our eco rating. We're not out here just burning fuel. Speeding from point A to point B. There's a thunderstorm here we have to watch out for, because these storms, they can push us into rocks and barriers and reefs, things like that. Or it can be such a bad storm we can damage our hull just from the waves. So let's take a look at what's going on. Engine's intact, hull is intact. Another thing we need to check out for is world events. So the way we do that, this globe here, we want to see what's going on. There's nothing going on in the world right now as far as strikes at plants. There's no port events, there's no epidemics, there's no wars going on, and the economy is okay. If any of this was going on, it'll show us here, and you may have seen that in prior episodes. So we're just going to speed the ship up a bit. We do have the fuel on board. We're still good on fuel, over 3/4. No thunderstorms, no world events. We're just moving right along. We're going to pass the port of Durban and Cape Town. Okay. Now we do know someone in Cape Town, Jamie, one of the guys I used to race with in Formula One. Let's see. Take a look at the fuel. Okay, 74%. We're down to 447 tons right now. Our daily cost is 8,600 a day. Now 9,000. take a look at our placement, how close we are. All right, we're just passing Cape Town. Fuel is looking good. Eco rating still an A. We're 68% of the way there. Everything's looking good so far. I'm hoping no one gets sick, and I'm hoping the vessel stays clean. Oh, so check this out. We're passing a thunderstorm. We're just on the edge of it. Looks like it's not going to affect us, and it's gone. So it looks like this is going to be a pretty cool charter. Take a look at our fuel. We definitely want to keep an eye on this. 58%, just over half. Engines 1% wear. The hull is intact. Everybody's cool. No one's sick. The morale is coming up to 58 out of 128. Like I said, you want to keep your crew nice and healthy. And we're almost there, guys. Once it pulls into port, it should automatically pause. That way we're not burning fuel. They're going to offload the materials, and we're going to get a readout of our entire charter. All right, the ship is in port. They're going to start unloading. It is paused. So we took our Supramax bulk carrier out. We started the trip on January 1st, and we finished the trip February 12th. We started in the port of Darwin. We finished in the port of Dakar. Total trip distance was 10,000 nautical miles. We burned 299, almost 300 tons of fuel. And we had negative events, which is a good thing. And we made $1.8 million. Now keep in mind, with the crew and all those expenses and daily running costs, we spent $80,000 just for this trip. 80 grand. Now we didn't have any canals we had to go through. Just to give you an idea, where is it? There is a canal. Oh, there's a canal here. There it is right there. There's a canal there. Let's see if I can get it over here for you guys. This is a canal. We have to pay. No, that's the purple one. This is the canal. Sorry about that. We have to pay to get through this canal. So there were no event expenses. There were no penalties. So we pocketed $1.7 million for that trip. This was one of the better trips. It was smooth sailing. Like I said, no one got sick. No one got injured. The ship did not become messy. And overall, I'm happy with this. There were no world events that we needed to worry about. So yeah, and now we're up to $16.6 million. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next time.